What is up, Wretched Nation? Today we're going to try and clean up Salty Sally because she is definitely a little crusty. Alright, so this video is probably going to take like it's going to go over multiple days. I went to the store, well, multiple stores today, and spent like 50 bucks on cleaning supplies, sandpaper, polishing stuff. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out together. The big question about this bike is how well I'm going to be able to clean it up and if we're going to keep it. I may just get it halfway decent and send it down the road. And make a little bit of money off of it to do a really nice project this winter. I'm not really sure. Honestly, mechanically, this bike is in excellent shape. So I almost feel like it'd be not as good to put a bunch of money into it because it's like your perfect rider. It's nice enough to where like you can ride it, not worry about stuff. It's very well put together. But it's just dirty enough and kind of nasty enough to where you don't care if you scratch it, you don't care if something happens. You can ride the piss out of this thing and enjoy it. But we're going to try some different things. Big areas are obviously the rocker box covers, the ignition cover, trans cover. We do have a few little touch-up things that we're going to try in a different video. And, you know, we're probably going to start with these levers because it's a small and cheap piece if I need to replace them. But just everything is just kind of tarnished. So we're going to try some different things and try to fix this thing up. First, all we're going to do like today, because it's Monday night, we're just going to, we got like some purple power and stuff. We're just going to try to wash everything. It's probably, I shouldn't be doing it yet because that sight glass right there is leaking. And it's coming down and dirtying up. Probably should fix that first, but honestly, this thing is not going to get cleaned up in a day. So I just kind of want to like get started and try to figure out what I'm doing. All right, we've got our purple power mix. It's about 50-50. And then we got our engine degreaser. We're going to try to use both of those things. But let's go ahead and spray this on a few different parts. All right, not sure if it's going to help much, but we definitely used some purple power. I used the engine gunk and wiped as much as I could off the paint. We're going to go ahead and get the pressure washer started up and hose this thing down. I think my little cheap pressure washer is giving up on me. We're going to do the best we can. All right, the pressure washer finally built up some pressure. It's been a while since I used it. But we washed everything off. So obviously there's still going to be a bunch of grime on there. But everything hopefully is clean. So now I kind of want to take and dry up this. And I've got some Scotch-Brite and I want to see if we can get this cleaned up and see how good we can get it. Just to kind of see what we can do. Because kind of interested, and this will be a good test piece. Let's see what happens. All right, it definitely seems to be helping. We're just taking the Scotch-Brite and kind of going back and forth and really just kind of getting in there and sanding it down. And it definitely is getting better. Like for reference, that's how it looked. That one actually seems cleaner than what this one was. But we're going to keep at it, try to get a bunch of this off, and then maybe pull out some of the buffing material. All right, it is definitely much smoother and looks so much better. I probably should do way more, but honestly, I'm gonna be stupid, pull out the little buffing wheel, and just see what we can do with this in this short amount of time. All right, I switched to using the Mother's aluminum polish, and I'm not a perfectionist. I just want it to look better than it was. I think I have some super cheap buffing pads. I think this method's gonna work. All right, honestly, I think it's gonna give it a good enough look for this bike. I mean, if it was absolutely perfect, it probably wouldn't look right, but definitely a good enough shine to where it just looks, you know, kind of vintage. Definitely probably needed to be sanded down a lot more, and I pretty much knew that. But yeah, I think this is going to work going forward. We're going to have to try it on some different material and see, but yeah, I think this is going to work. All right, it's dinner time, so it's time to pretty much finish this up, but honestly, feeling pretty optimistic about this. I know this isn't a end-all be-all, and this would be the perfect thing to do in the winter, but you know, I don't have that luxury unless I just want to wait. We still got 2 full months of hot summer, so we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I'm pretty happy with just this right here, and I know more can be done. I just took that little wheel right there and kind of scuffed up this, and I know more can be done there. So the question starts to become like, do I disassemble the bike almost to do a lot of this? You know, because it'd be a lot of work, definitely. But she's looking pretty. So I know it's doable. Is it going to be the bike I want for a build? I don't know. But I think we can make her pretty enough to get something done. I do know that these front forks, with them looking good, I'd be pretty happy. But I gotta take that wheel off. That'd be a good time to do them forks, get a new front tire, and then possibly paint that. I'm not sure, because that's in rough shape. That little front hub. Like I said, I don't need a perfect bike, but this is a little bit worse than I currently want. But we might be able to make this work. Tomorrow we'll work on it a little more and see where we end up. All right, guys, it has been a minute since we have worked on the FXR. It's kind of just been sitting, and honestly, there's 2 main things that need to get done so we can put this thing on the road. One of the main things, obviously, still needs a front tire. It's cracked up pretty bad. I need to get the size off of it and order a tire tonight. The other thing is it's still leaking oil. We have that fixed, hopefully right here. A new sight glass cover or whatever from Speed Dealer. So we're probably going to lay this thing on its side and fix that, because just sitting upright, she's been leaking a little bit of oil. Now, I kind of wanted to do a video of cleaning everything up, but to be honest, the weather's been absolutely terrible. It's been extremely hot, a lot of rain, and I kind of want to just ride this thing. So while we have shown you a little bit of what we've done and what it's taken, we're just probably going to leave it off there. I'm not a professional detailer, and there's a lot of videos out there on the proper way to do things. So I've shown you a little bit. We can kind of show you the big part. That's kind of the nice, newer, cleaner lever after I've done some work. And that's a little crustier. That's kind of how it looked when I started. Definitely can tell a big change in person. Not sure how well it comes across on video here. But I do have a friend kind of asking about this bike, so it may end up getting sold. I'm not sure. We will see. But let's go ahead and stop it from leaking oil at least. All right, now that we got the bike in service mode, let's get to work and see if we can't fix this thing. All right, finally got a hole. Pretty sure this thing melted inside of it. So let's replace it. All right, look at that. The bike has righted itself. It is no longer in service mode. And we have a new clear sight glass. Look at that. She's probably a little bit low on oil. She's been leaking some. But it's good enough. Good enough for me. Good enough for an FXR. Can't kill these things. It's an Evo. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time, maybe like an hour or so, just cleaning her up and working on a few different things. Need to order that tire this weekend. I'll probably take that wheel off, but that'll be a different video. But let's do a little bit of work and I'll show you where we end up. All right, as you can tell, it started raining. But I started messing around real quick. We threw our saddlebags on there. I'd already had saddlebag rails. It didn't come with the original or whatever saddlebags were on this thing. They're probably leather, but we threw the big ones on there. They fit really well. They don't block the rails completely, but I mean, it kind of works. So I was like, all right, we'll throw the big ones on there. I got the little ones on the Dyna. We did pretty good. It's raining now, so it's kind of hard to show you, but we cleaned up this part a little bit, and the big difference is in the motor. That's how both of them looked, and now that's how the front one looks. It still needs to get some on top, but that's just with like an hour or so of work. Again, sorry about the rain on the screen, but you know, we're not gonna stop cranking our hog because it's raining. So I am drenched in sweat, rain, dust, whatever the lime scale stuff is on this bike, but I don't know. Honestly, we had it running. The wife was out here playing with the bike in the rain, just revving it up. It sounds amazing. I mean, why not? Kind of don't want to get rid of it, but like kind of do. I don't know. I'm conflicted. The more I work on it, the more I'm probably going to want to keep it. But at the very least, we're going to put a front tire on it. Oil leak is hopefully fixed. We're going to park it in a little different spot and see if she's fixed for the night. I hope she is. But other than that, I think we're able to wrap this up. We made some decent progress on the FXR. It's still hot today. I'm standing in the rain. I don't even care. I was already soaked from the sweat. But today was the best day in a long time that I've had to work on this. I work in a factory. It's like 95, 100 degrees in there every day in the summer. So working 8 hours there, doing packages, doing different stuff, running errands. When I get home, last thing I want to do is work in the heat. I want a winter project. We're a little bit a ways away from winter, so I don't mind fixing her up a little bit, maybe passing her off to somebody else. I think it would make a perfect, like, around town, old school, kind of like simple chop. Still keep the suspension, because why not? But I mean, just would you look at it? This thing is the granddaddy supreme. Why not? Get it cleaned up a little bit. I don't think she's that half bad. But we need to end this video. So if you don't mind, hit that like button. What do you think we should do with the FXR? Comment down below. I do appreciate every single comment. We are trying to grow this. You're the ones who are going to grow it, so I greatly appreciate it. If you have a suggestion, comment down below. If you want to yell at me, comment down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. But as always, keep it wretched. And until next time, we're going to do something more with the FXR.